Day down here in Florida. I'm sorry I haven't been posting a lot. I've been doing a lot of other things, working on my house and just trying to figure out what else I should be doing and not posting a bunch of garbage for you guys. But today we have the 180. It's been a while since this thing has been on the channel, and we've seen some big work being done to it. So what we're doing to it today is we're actually going to be tuning it. I'm super psyched about this because then I can actually drive the car and see how fast this thing is actually going to feel. So yeah, Jack's been doing his thing with it. He did a little bit of drivability a little while ago. This thing finally has some corn in her. Pretty psyched about that. And yeah, we're seeing what else we could get done so that as soon as Jack does another car, we can just throw this thing right on the dyno and get right to it. On the BMW though, over here, Lum will be coming to tint the windows tomorrow on this thing, and I can't wait to see what that's going to look like. I really want to see what it's going to look like and what it's going to end up being like. So I hope it looks good. And yeah, probably really boring right now, but we're going to keep moving on. But other than that, we're going to be ordering some coilovers for this thing pretty soon and some rear camber arms so that we can really dial in that suspension. It's going to be eBay stuff because we're going to go cheap on this thing for right now, but we will be going more expensive eventually later down the road if I do keep this car for a long time. And yeah, those are a few things that we're going to be working on soon, and that's about it though, guys. So let's just wait for the dyno video and do a little thing with the BMW in a little while. Okay guys, so since Jack is doing some stuff with Calvin, really cool dude. I've met him before and he's doing some stuff down here. We're going to quickly go ahead and take this door panel off really quick so that we can go ahead and see what's going on behind it, because this window kind of does its own thing like this, and this needs to get fixed before Lum tints the windows. So we're gonna go ahead and take that off and see if we can't fix it so that it works properly and so that the window is always on. So let's go ahead and take this off. I kind of started already. So there's a couple panels under here with some Torx bits. There's 2 Torx bits right here. There's one under here, and then the door panel should pop right off and we should be inside to see what's going on. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So guys, in here we have the window track. So the actual window itself isn't even being held on a track really. So now what we have to do is we have to figure out how to get the actual window to stay onto the track, but I don't think that's gonna work. So I'm just gonna have to get a window track itself. So they're not that bad. They're like 80 bucks at AutoZone, and the window should be fixed. So I thought I could do it myself and kind of finagle it to stay on, but I don't think I'm gonna take the risk of doing that and having the window fall into the door. But yeah, I really want the window to work all the time. So I'll have to get that thing later on this week and put that in. But right now, I think Jack is all done talking to Calvin over there. So we're gonna go ahead and get the car ready on the dyno and see what's gonna go on after that. Hopefully some pops and some pows and some flames coming out of the exhaust, but yeah, we'll try to figure it out. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so finally the 180 is on the dyno. We're all strapped up and ready to go. We're gonna keep seeing what's going on with all these cars out here. Calvin's car is sick. Carlos's 2-step is outrageous now. And Roberto's gonna go do some stuff because he wants to join in the fun, but we're having a good night out here at the shop. I wish I was filming a little bit more, but we're gonna keep working on this thing. Jack's inside doing his thing now, so hopefully we're not too low. Last time it rubbed just a tad bit when he really stepped on it, but we got the flashlight over here making sure that she's staying clear over here. So she's a low girl. So guys, before we were at 219 on the dyno. That was before the injectors, before the intake plenum and everything. That was basically stock everything. So now we're going to be shooting for upper 2s. Jack's think we can get to 250 on this turbo. So I'll leave it up to him and his magic and see what he can do for this thing. Let's see what these numbers are going to be like. So guys, the final number for the night, 236. Okay guys, so last night my phone ended up dying and I didn't finish up the video, but today we're finishing this thing up. Rodnock is out there making a bunch of noise. But the car is finally on E85. Super psyched about that. Get to smell that corn everywhere I go now. But when we ended up getting the final number on this thing, we had to do some finagling to end up getting the final number on this thing. So I'm gonna pop the hood open here for you guys and we're gonna go over exactly what we did. So I have to put my boost controller back into the right spot. I need to actually get a electric boost controller instead of this manual one. And as you can see right there, there's a couple springs holding the wastegate shut a little bit because the wastegate is on its last leg. It's not really holding up that well anymore, and it wasn't giving us all the PSI that we needed. It still didn't even give us all the PSI that we needed because the final number was only 233 from the original 219. So E85 added 15 horsepower to the car, but we could have gotten more if the wastegate was actually working properly and the boost control, and I had an electric boost controller in the car. Other than that though, the car's running pretty good. We have to still work out a couple other kinks with it. So what had happened today was when I came in, I showed Dan, the other technician that works here during the day with me, what the car actually sounds like and how it's actually running, and that it's on E85. And when I would blip the gas to see the D-cell popping, the car would go up, do a couple pops on the way down, and then just shut off. So I had Jack finagle with it again and hop on a computer and do some beep boop bops, and it ended up running pretty good. But now when I'm under full boost, the car likes to break up a lot. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't have an AFR gauge, which is actually very, very scary now that I'm starting to get up into these higher horsepower numbers, and I really do need that. So I'm gonna order an AFR gauge for this car so that Jack can really dial in that perfect number that we need for the car so that we can actually see just how much we can get out of this thing with all the stock stuff on it. But since this thing is pretty decent on horsepower now, I think what we're gonna start doing is we're gonna start doing the aesthetics on it. So I have the big brake kit, I have the 5-lug swap, I have steel braided lines for all 4 wheels and the clutch that we will be putting in, and I just need to get some wheels. I have been informed the other day that one of our friends is getting wheels, so I think I might try to cop his wheels and get those from him, but we'll see. And then we have to just do a couple of little tucks in the engine bay. I still have to figure out this thing like I always say I'm going to, but we're gonna figure all this stuff out in due time, guys. So if you guys stick with the channel just a little bit longer, the car will end up being really sick by summertime. Hopefully, that's the plan. We gotta figure some stuff out. But other than that, guys, that's about it though. So if you guys liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, comment, share, do all the good stuff. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Don't forget that we're coming out with some merch soon. I'm still waiting on Zip Ties to give me that thing, to give me the little sticker that I've been asking them for. And if you guys want some 240 parts, or even if you want something, hit me up on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram right here. I have some 240 parts, 180 SX parts that I'm trying to sell, a couple sets of coilovers, and some other parts that I've taken off the car that I've replaced. I have my intake plenum, the stock intake plenum's right there, and yeah, lots more good stuff. I have a couple sets of brakes, the stock brakes for these cars, so I definitely have a lot of good stuff, and if you guys want it, don't forget to hit it up. Oh yeah, in the last little bit, the car is breaking up, so I'm not gonna take you guys for a ride, but once the car is up and running good, I'll throw a pic up on Instagram, and then I'll take you guys for a ride in another video. So stay tuned for that too. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.